Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of our weekly planner series, I suppose it is. We are using Polychromos pencils for this one, Page from Magical Jungle, and I am just going to do the leaves from these flowers here. Just trying to work out what that is there. I think I might just ignore it. So I'm going to come in a little bit closer and do those leaves, and then we'll move on to a different set of leaves. As with our other leaves that we did yesterday here, we're going to make them match. I mean, it does make sense, they're all near the same florals, and I thought we might use some more of the bluey green colours. Let's have a think. I might do that outside bit with the deep cobalt green. It's not one that I use that often, and it'd be a little bit different. I'm just going to get going really. Sometimes I like the outsides to be a little bit lighter rather than darker. I think often when you see a leaf that has got a coloured edge, like an ivy or something, it would usually be a bit lighter, but I quite like a darker edge. It sort of frames it, but you know, it doesn't matter that much really which way you go, I don't think. So I was just nosing out of the window, as you do. Made myself a coffee, and I was looking at, and there's something under there, a sort of bumpy bit. I don't know what's going on there. It's gone now. And there's some sort of work going on towards the end of the road. There's a sort of vehicle with a flashing orange light, and there are men in high-vis jackets, so I don't know what they're doing. I am going out after lunch, so I can go and be nosy, which will be fun. Yes, I can't work out what that circle is there. I'm going to ignore it, I think. Now the colourful inside. I'm just trying to decide whether to go phthalos or fiery or emerald green. The emerald green is quite a lot lighter. Maybe I'll go with the phthalo green. I think it's this one. Yeah, here it is. Oops. Phthalo green. And this one, I'm just going to start at the base, quite dark, you know, lots of layers, and then just fade it off towards the tip. And the same for this one, but the next one, you see, it's got these little lines on. Can you see the little squiggly lines? So I'm going to colour in layers. I don't think what I'm saying is making any sense. I'll show you. So I'm going to go from dark to light in this bit, and then dark to light in this bit. Maybe that's sections rather than layers. So my darkest bit down here, and then fade a lot more quickly, so that we go lighter to here. Now some people would find it easier to do it over a small area like that compared to a bigger area like that, and some people find it harder. Do the best you can. That's all you can do really, and make sure you have fun. That's the important bit, isn't it? I always think anyway. Saw a really interesting bird this morning on our walk. I don't know what it was. It went right to the top of a tree, and we were trying to stare at it and work out what it was. I don't know if it was a woodpecker or a jay, or something completely different, but it was that sort of size, and it had sort of whitish markings on it as well as darker markings, but it went and sat right at the top of a tree, and all you could see was a black silhouette against the sky, and couldn't work out what it was. So it's quite exciting, seeing something a bit different. It's nice. We used to love watching the birds in the garden when we fed them, but anyway, my neighbour's started feeding the birds again in her garden. So it might mean we get to see a few more in the front of the house. Her feeder's in the front, but I just hope she doesn't attract any unwanted attention. She does keep an eye out though. I mean, it's nice actually because just seeing more birds. The pigeon's been in the garden on the fence. They used to nest in the tree over the back, but the tree got chopped down. I was quite glad the tree got chopped down, really. And I'm looking at these. These aren't the same as this one. So I'm going to do these four similarly, and then do those ones maybe similarly. So what should we do with these? We've got very green here, we've got brown over here, we've got a bit of yellow. I'm thinking maybe we could put in a little bit of orange, but not orange, but maybe terracotta, sanguine. Oh, actually, maybe the burnt ochre. And I'm thinking, do we do it on this bit or do we do it on the main leaf? I think I'll do it on the main leaf, and I don't know what colour I'll do that bit. So just giving it a sharpen. So I'm just going to start here. I'm going to put down more down here. I might fade it off a bit, put another colour higher up. Not sure what though. So this will look a bit more autumnal, I guess. They have autumn in the jungle? Probably not. Don't know. Not very knowledgeable in that area, so I'm going quite light that there. There we go. It's going to clash a bit with that red, but I think it'll be fine. Plants don't grow to match each other, do they? That would be a bit weird. I was thinking of getting a few more plants in my garden this summer. It's looking pretty bleak out there at the moment. A lot of my plants have died over the winter. And my Hebes are okay. Although I just heard a train. That's good, because they were avoiding us. They were taking an alternative route due to the old fallen tree. It was so windy yesterday, I'm not surprised we had fallen trees. Excuse me. So I am gently fading this up. It's a bit tricky with this sort of barrier in the way each time. Do my best. But yeah, my husband's going to go and pick my son up because he's got a bit of a sore foot. And he said he's got to be in uni 3 days this week, so he thought it might make sense to rest it a bit. Sounds sensible. My other son's got a cold. He's feeling a bit rotten, but he's trying to persevere with his work anyway, which is really good. And I just took him some water, paracetamol. He hasn't got to be in today, but he really does need to be in tomorrow because he missed. Was it not last week's class, the week before's class, I think. It might have been no, he missed last week's class, so he needs to go this week, because he'll get behind. They do put the slides up, but that's not really the same as being in the class. There we go. And here's our last little one. Now I'm thinking what to do with the tip. I'm wondering whether to go for an orangey yellow. Oh, it's just sneezing. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I will. Or maybe I think I'm going to go with this dark chrome yellow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the tip heavy and then fade it in. So I'm sort of going the reverse direction. And hopefully it'll just tie it all together. So yeah. Quite happy with that look. You could layer up a little bit more if you want it to be darker. I'm okay with it being like that. still can't decide. I think I'm going to have to do a sienna or something for those the sort of stripy bits. I think it'll work quite well. I have a bit of a problem that I've got no idea how long yesterday's video was, so I don't know how long to make today's, because when I do a series I try and like to make each of the episodes the same length, but I've got no clue, so I'm not sure what to do. But anyway, because I've stopped and started the video so many times, I'm going to use this colour. This is the burnt sienna, all the lines. I think we'll just get a fair bit done and then see where we're at time wise maybe. Yeah, I've got to decide what to do with these. I feel like these look like they should be green. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. We could put a bit of texture into this one. In fact, we could make them look quite interesting. I've got a few ideas now. Yeah. This one's quite unevenly coloured. I don't think I'm gonna worry about it. I don't think leaves are always even. Well, I know they're not. So I'm not going to do too much with it to correct that. There we go. My stomach wants to rumble. What time is it? 11:15. I think we'll be waiting. Certainly not lunchtime yet. I'm just actually gonna grab the burnt ochre. Just gonna tidy it up a little bit. I said I wasn't bothered, but I guess I lied. I want it a little bit neater and darker. Not too much. Just here and there. Now these, can we get them all in shot? We can, almost. There we go. Okay, so I am going to use this one here. This is the leaf green. It seems the right colour to do a leaf. I'm just going to give it a sharpen and show you what I have in mind. I'm not going to do that very centre bit yet. I'm going to do different colours. So I'm going to start on this edge. Put a few layers down and then just fade it to the line, so that by the time we get here we've only got the lightest layer, and then start again. So dark here, fade to the line. Like that. Oh, that one's not very neat, but it's not always easy to do an even fade. It takes practice, and I've had lots of practice and I still don't always do it right, but you know, just keep going with it and you'll get there. Might be better than me anyway. So it will just have to see. So husband's going to pick up son at 1. That's nice. I don't know whether he'll want an early lunch before he goes, what time he'll leave. He won't, it doesn't matter, it's, you know, my son hasn't got to be anywhere apart from home to do his homework, so, which he could do while he was waiting, so if husband's late it's not going to matter. It's not like it's an appointment, so that's all good. He said he was going to check the roads because he doesn't know what's closed and what roadworks there are, which is fair enough. I think there was a road near here closed. I think it was only closed last week for a couple of days, so that's good. But I don't know about the town the inn is in. City, I should say. Anyway, he'll work it out. I don't know what he uses for looking at his traffic. There are various apps and websites. It's raining as well now. He didn't get wet earlier, so that's good. Okay, there's our first one. We'll do the centerpiece after. We'll move on to our next one first. I sharpen up my pencil again. I think adding this just sort of darker areas just makes it look a little bit more textured, a little bit more interesting. I think it also makes it a little bit more interesting to colour, but you don't have to. I mean, you could do it sort of striped if you wanted, but I don't think I've seen very many striped leaves. That doesn't mean they don't exist, of course, but this one's quite tricky because it's very narrow. It's going to only get harder as we get onto the smaller and smaller ones. I'm just doing my best. I've got to pop out after lunch. It might still be raining, but hey ho. My nephew wants a Steam gift card for his birthday. It's not his birthday for ages, but I thought I'd just pop out, have a look, because we don't have that many shops in our town. A lot of the places that sell it, like John Lewis and Argos and places like that, we don't have those. Asda, we don't have an Asda. Tesco we do, but that's a further away walk, so I thought if I have a look and see if they've got it in WH Smith's, which we do have, then I'll know whether I've got to walk all the way to Tesco or not. I don't know why both my boys have hurt their leg. My one son says his ankle's a bit swollen, but he doesn't know how he did it. And he hasn't walked. Well, he walked on Friday, I guess, but he only seemed to notice it yesterday, so I don't know what happened there. Whether he bashed it, I don't know. My other son's leg, he says his leg is feeling better, so that's good. Something at least. But he felt like he might have had a bit of a temperature. Oh, if it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? But he is trying to get on with some work, so I'm pleased about that. It's tricky because, you know, when you're ill, I never know with work whether you should go in if you've got like a cold. I think it might depend how many you get and how bad it is, but I would always just go in. But I think some employers don't like you going in because you spread it round. This is the light green, and I'm going to use this for the centre part. And like when they were at school, they were expected to go in if they were on death's door, only if they were like, well, there was no excuse. The government were like, you can't miss school, you'll get marked as an unauthorised absence if you don't turn up, full stop. And the school would get into trouble if people didn't turn up. And it's like, but if you've got like a long-term illness or whatever, or you come in with your cold, you spread it to everybody. They didn't seem to care about that. Right, we have these pretty heart shapes. Now we could colour them as flowers or as leaves. Now I think they're leaves, but I think they would look pretty if we had a little splash of pink here. But I'm trying to work out if that's balanced, because we've got some red down here, obviously our flower here, but there's no other flowers. But we have got our parrot. Perhaps we don't need to worry about balance. Should we just do it pink? Let's just be daring and do them pink. I'm going to use my light purple pink to colour them in. Just go for it before I change my mind. If you wish, you can do them in green, but let's just do them as pretty flowers. Now I'm fading this down. I'm going to use the pale pink Madder Lake to finish them off. So we've got a couple of different pinks. Like that, and then just sort of fade. So I guess it's Tuesday today. I've got quite far ahead with recording my videos at the moment, which is nice. I like to be a bit ahead, and then if something happens and I can't record, which I have had, you know, from time to time that happens, then I've got plenty there, you know, done in advance and ready. So it makes me feel a lot better knowing that they're all done. And if I can't decide what to record, I usually do a planner page, because I know when that's got to go out and what it's going to be. So that's good. So this is the pink Madder Lake. Just going to do the rest. I don't know if it'll look that different, to be honest. It's quite a similar colour. You can do this really lightly. There we go. I've been trying to eat a bit less breakfast. I think I overeat really. I mean, they do say that, you know, breakfast, what is it? Breakfast like a king, dinner like a pauper or something, because it's apparently better for you to eat more in the morning, because you need the energy more than at night when you're sort of slowing down and going to bed. But this is coal grey too. I can just run it over these, just to make them look a little bit different, because they're like the back. There we go. And then we need to do this stemmage. Stemmage is the word. It is indeed. I can use the emerald green. I'm just going to block it in, nothing fancy. It does go all the way up though. Let's start here. And we'll move the book in a minute so you can see where it leads. Yeah, but I tend to overeat a bit at breakfast time sometimes, because it's very easy to pour too much cereal into your bowl, so I'm cutting down a tad. Now I'm hungry. Oops, I don't need to be quite that far down, don't need to see the blank table. So here is this one, but I think this goes here and here and here, so actually coming right down from the top of the jungle, from a tree somewhere. There we go, there are those. Now we've got this cute little piece here. Again, you could choose to do these pink, but I think I'm going to do these sort of leafy, green leafy, just to clarify. Let's have a look. We'll go, yeah, we'll do our vine in the permanent green. Let's come down again so you can see. It's because this vine goes up through the canopy, up here. I don't know what that line is there. Is that a little mistake? Don't know. And I'm going to do these little tiny V's with this as well. Do some permanent green. Like that. And then I'm going to use the grass green. Now, just for a bit of difference, I'm going to make them darker at the tip and lighter at the top. Just because I've been doing everything the other way. So just layering up at the bottom. And then this as we go up like that. Just, as I say, just because we've been doing it all the other way. Now I'm trying to decide where I'm going to go next, colour-wise and leaf-wise, really. We've basically got a tiny set here, these big ones here, these here and these here, or with that bit as well. That bit is what we've just coloured, so we'll just do those actually. So grab the permanent green again and do these little V's. Even if it isn't meant to be exactly the same leaf, it doesn't matter if it's the same colour. There we go. And then the grass green. And remember, dark on the base, dark on the tip, I mean. And fade up just by doing less layers. There we go. And the last one. It's brightening up now. I feel like the sun's trying to shine even though it's raining. Interesting British weather. Now, I think we'll do these next. Now I'm thinking, for me, the easiest thing would be to do these teardrop shapes on the outside in a dark colour and then colour right over the top of it with a lighter one to fill in the main part. Oh, excuse me, or the other way around, where we do the middle bit in a light colour first. Actually, I think that's probably safer. You do the middle bit first, because then we won't, there's no risk of any smudging. And we haven't got many light greens that we haven't used yet, so I'm going to use the light phthalo green. Okay, so I'm just going to start with this one and layer it up at the bottom. I realise we haven't done that bit, we'll get there. And then start to fade it towards the top. Oh, there's the rain spatting on the window, splattering. Spatting isn't the right word, is it? Yeah. There we go. We've got to watch our parrot's tail doing this one. And work out what bit is the tail and what bit's... I know I've got little circles here, I'm just sort of ignoring those at the minute. We'll work out what to do with them. Whether we continue to ignore them or whether we do them a little bit differently. There we go. Just keep going, really. Yeah, I was just thinking about summer holidays, but I don't think my boys are really going to have one this year. One boy's got 2 weeks and then he starts work. He's not really going to want to go away. And the other one hasn't got his quite sorted out yet. He's not going to find out till March. Well, it's March when this is going out, so he might know by now. But, so people say, just go and leave the boys. It's like, I couldn't relax. It wouldn't be a holiday, you know. So it's just would be a waste of money. And so no, one's got health issues, and if one sort of, the other one like hurts his ankle again or whatever, how's he going to get to wherever, you know. Right, there's that. It's quite straightforward and much quicker than I thought it would be. I am going to use the chrome oxide green fiery. I tend to avoid using it in videos. I'll tell you why. Because it takes so long to type out in the description when I write out the pencil names. But I'm a quick typist, so it's fine. Really, almost, sort of. Right. Now this leaf here and these here, I've actually got tutorials for colouring leaves that look like this already on my channel. Not from this page, I don't think. This one certainly isn't. But it's from this book. So if you want it's quite confusing, doing inside the parrot's mouth. So if you want a guide to doing it in a different way to how I'm going to do it, then you can go and have a little look. Now I know the background is faded upwards. I'm not going to do that with this. I'm just going to plonk it on. I think it will work. I think we're going to have I suppose the parrot could be a splash of colour. I guess I could do him like a macaw, you know, red, blue, green. That might work. Yeah, might work, I think. Yeah, it's interesting, my nephew wanting a gift card, so that I can give you money, but want a gift card, and I think I just don't agree with gift cards. If you could buy a gift card and you could get more credit on the card than you paid, I'd understand it. But surely if I give him money, then for this game, whatever he wants, then if the game is cheaper, he doesn't have that rest of that gift card hanging around not knowing what to spend it on, or him, you know, having to put more money towards it to get something else. So say I give him £20 and what he wants is 25, he's got to pay. That might be okay, he might have other money to put towards it, but say it's £15, what's he going to do with the other £5? You know, it just seems so silly to me, and giving cash just makes much more sense because it's much more flexible. But that's what he's asked for. I know I was asked to buy book vouchers for someone once because otherwise they would spend the money on sweets if they had money. That makes logical sense. But, oh well. But I don't think he's got a bank account. I think that's part of the problem with money. But I must do surely by now. He's trying to think how old he is. 14? Or he will be. Should have a bank account. He didn't have one when he was young. I opened my boys an account as soon as they were born because I was given money for them. So I don't know what my sister did with money she was given for her boys. Maybe she didn't get any, I don't know. And I opened them a trust fund and premium bonds and a savings account eventually as well. Used to put all their money in their trust fund. And when they cashed it in, they had a nice amount, which they've now put into a different bond, fixed rate bond, for a while, until they have things to spend it on. I was hoping, you know, they might be able to use it towards a deposit on a house. I mean, it's not anything like enough, but if they keep adding up. Now this here, I think it's to do with this. You could do it either way, but I'm going to leave it because it will give us a little bit more of that colour, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to ignore it. Now that turned over a bit, I probably should have done maybe in a lighter colour. Maybe no. Let's use this and just go gently like that, so it's a bit darker. The sun is coming right out on the desk, on the page. Wow, in my eyes. That's new. Haven't had that yet this year. I probably should shut the blind, but I want to just finish this. I think you can still see okay anyway. It's gone in. What are we doing time wise? I think we'll just do this little bit and then we'll leave the rest for another video. Yeah, I'm just looking at what's there. There's potentially 2 or 3 different types of leaf. Yeah, it's not too bad. What colours? We haven't used this one actually yet. This is the olive green yellowish. So we use this for this vine. And then the little stalky bits. I might use it for a bit of the leaf as well, just the top bit like that, so it sort of blends in. Maybe a bit more on there. And then I'm going to use the chromium green opaque to finish it off. It's a similar colour but a bit greener rather than browner. There we go. Okay, so that's me for today, especially I'm being blinded by the sun. There we go. So that's our next part. So thank you for watching today. Hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a happy Tuesday and happy colouring.